So right now they are telling us in the pie chart that we obtained in a previous session different tasks. First, they ask us to assign a gradient fill to the chart background, to add a shading and bevel effect to the data indicators, that is, to the different circular sectors that represent, each one bigger than the last, the data that we have represented in the chart, and a word art effect to the title itself. Well, we will see. It is a case in the end of obtaining effects that are not as flat as these. These are perhaps be applied to a chart intended to be printed out on paper, to make it more attractive. Probably because I intend to publish it on a website or electronic media, etc. In short, what it tells us is that the shape fill, the background fill, we are not to give it a specific color that we see here, select any color, but that we apply a gradient, which is a little more attractive. We can choose, it doesn't tell us which we can choose, for example, this one that is brighter in the middle and more faded at the edges. We see that indeed it enhances the attractiveness of the chart. The other thing it tells us to do is that we select not a specific indicator, but all of the indicators. We select them here in this area, that is, say, inside the box that holds the circle but not in the circle itself. If we click the circle, it also selects all of the indicators. We can give it a It tells us to give the shape a shading effect. We will put a shading effect on the text indicators. We select the data indicators. A shading effect, for example, like this one, shading and bevel. We see that here we have the shading and we have the bevel effect, for example. And here we see that these two effects are superimposed. It gives us a more attractive feel. Finally, what it tells us is that we apply a word art effect to the title of the chart. It doesn't say which, so we can choose the one we like the most. We can apply Thion, that is a small amount of shading. This one, total salaries. We see that the attractiveness of the chart has indeed improved a lot. It is the same chart, it expresses the same idea, but here, let's say that we can use this one more naturally in an audiovisual presentation or in a situation of this kind.